Paddy's heart, the grit of this kid. I don't care that he lost the fight. He comes back and murders like most guys.
Yeah.
Like anyone that doesn't have the grit. Like obviously everyone, like myself and everybody else, is worried about how much a fight like this takes out of you. But he's super young.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I think he's young enough to bounce back from a fight like this and to turn it into a superpower moving forward. Because not many people survive Gaethje the way he does, the way he did, or like have moments of greatness late in the fight after taking.
Surprised by Paddy's game plan.
I didn't understand his game plan even. He wanted to box with Gaethje, but he couldn't wrestle him. He couldn't box him. He just a little bit young and he has a better chin. But he's a trash can.
Just curious, what did you think about Paddy's chin? Because a lot of people say Justin Gaethje is the hardest hitter they've ever faced.
Yeah, but Paddy got knocked out like 15, 20 times. Yeah, Justin was like 3-4 years ago, he was different. Now it's like he's getting old and last a couple fights he got.
That Scalzer does not get knocked out. Oh my God.
And I won't let it slide. It's not the first time Justin will do such a cheap tricks with poking eyes like those. His fight against Paddy will be his last. And UFC is only for the real fighters, not the cheater.
I just felt like I did enough. I just felt like I did enough to get the job done. Paddy is getting the beat out of him right now. It looks like, Jesus, this might not end well.
It was almost like he understood the assignment. We're on Paramount. There's a new network. There are going to be new fans. We need to introduce them to what the UFC is. I think after watching that, everybody that was tuned in are going to be lifelong fans of the UFC. Because on the special nights, there is not a sport in the world that can compare to the UFC. And tonight we have one of those.
Right, so once what was a massive Pimblett-centered storm settled down and all the chaos faded, the entire conversation naturally shifted. People stopped arguing about predictions, winners, or possible outcomes. Instead, the focus turned completely toward analyzing how this long-awaited fight actually unfolded inside the octagon. Even before fight night officially began, fan opinions and analyst takes were sharply divided, which only added to the anticipation. One group strongly believed Paddy's non-stop pressure, combined with his wild pace and forward momentum, would overwhelm Gaethje and let him dictate the entire fight. Meanwhile, another large group was convinced Justin's calm mindset, elite accuracy, and devastating power would ultimately be the deciding factors. Interestingly, that same split in expectations mirrored how the fight itself played out, round by round. This contrast heavily influenced how viewers and experts interpreted the action in real time, making every moment feel more intense and personal.
Saying stuff like, well, his entrance is good and it's all well and good to get the fans, but he needs to be able to fight. Obviously, we've seen him have great wins before, but to show the durability he had in that fight tonight, do you feel like even though he lost, he will be considered one of the best in that division moving forward?
No doubt about it. I mean, he was the favorite tonight. I think that's what fucked him. Every other one, he's the underdog and everybody thinks he's going to lose. Tonight, he's the favorite. I don't think that his game plan was the greatest. Obviously, tonight he showed he is tough, he is durable, and almost impossible. I mean, especially against Gaethje. And you're eating those punches from him. You know, it's one thing to say, listen, I'm going to come out. I believe in, say, you know what? It's the third round. I got 2 rounds left. I might want to try to take him down.
Just before the opening exchange, respected coach Tim Welch offered a sharp technical breakdown of the matchup. He immediately highlighted Justin Gaethje's almost surgical ability to damage opponents early, especially emphasizing those brutal calf kicks. The thing about those kicks is they rarely look flashy or dramatic. They aren't highlight reel head kicks, but over time they are designed to slowly destroy a fighter's base. Think about it this way, once those kicks start landing consistently, they don't just cause pain, they completely disrupt balance. They mess with foot placement, stability, and mobility. When a fighter loses that foundation, everything begins to fall apart. The rhythm of the fight slows down, reactions become slower and more predictable. Suddenly, fast exchanges become easier to read for someone like Gaethje. In a situation where movement is compromised, Justin's natural punching power becomes even more dangerous because his opponent can't move, pivot, or escape the way they normally would. That's where things become extremely risky. Welch also pointed out that the moments where Paddy Pimblett faced the highest danger often came during his aggressive rushes forward. When Paddy bursts in with confidence and aggression, sometimes his defensive awareness lags slightly behind his offense. Against a precision striker like
Gagey, what an unbelievable performance. Paddy the Paddy, oh my God, he impressed the hell out of me. Incredible. He'll learn from that, but I tell you what, he's got what you can't teach. Heart, grit, determination, all that shit. Yeah, he can make tweaks. You can put the chin down, you can lift the hands up. What he showed tonight is that he is legit. The man is real, and that's for damn sure. He's at the hospital right now. He'll be fine. They're just checking him out. Gotta say though,
even a fraction of a second matters. That tiny delay in guard positioning can be the difference between landing a shot and getting knocked out. During those wild exchanges, that small defensive gap could leave Paddy's chin exposed just long enough for Geethich to capitalize. From Welch's experienced perspective, the math was simple but frightening. One perfectly timed counter from Justin could instantly end the fight. The danger in those moments was about as high as it gets in combat sports. What makes this even more interesting is that despite the constant threat of a knockout, Welch never described this matchup as a simple striker versus grappler fight. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. At the highest level of MMA, structured game plans often break down as fights progress. Fights like this usually turn into chaotic, unpredictable battles. That includes messy grappling scrambles, grinding clinching.
Very, very good at grappling. And I felt that he deviated from the game plan, meaning that if I was in his corner, you're going to move. One, he's got to keep his hands up here. I like the traditional look where you can move, you can elbow, you throw your right hand, right, left, high kick, push kick. You're just way more, this is standard. This is like the best option. But I still feel like he deviated from the game plan where I think he felt that he was going to be able to knock out Justin Gaethje. And I just don't think Paddy Pimblett has that torque. Not saying he can't do it. I just don't think he has the torque to knock out a guy like Justin Gaethje, who's been in wars with guys like Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. Max Holloway's knocked him out. He's knocked out Dustin Poirier. He's been in wars with Eddie Alvarez. He's just been in a lot of wars on the feet. But when you look at some of the things that, Khabib did to Justin Gaethje, he made it look easy. He took him down,
changes against the cage and exhausting transitions that can completely shift momentum. And historically, those chaotic scramble-heavy moments are where Paddy Pimblett has done some of his best work. He has a unique ability to drag opponents into exhausting, uncomfortable sequences that can flip the fight. He might look hurt or unstable for a second, but then suddenly, through pure grit and non-stop pressure, he finds an opening and completely changes the situation. It's something that's always made him dangerous. That unpredictable chaos is exactly why Tim Welch described the fight as being decided by the smallest possible details. We're talking about a scenario where a single perfectly landed punch or kick could change everything instantly. The stakes stayed that high throughout. Even with that constant danger hanging over every exchange, Welch slightly leaned toward Paddy. His reasoning was interesting. He believed that across enough possible scenarios, Paddy would statistically find a path to victory more often. But what's important is that he never said those paths were
to this entire game plan, okay? Gaethje was going to pressure fight him, walking down, guns blazing, turn it into a dogfight, and hopefully he outlasts Paddy, okay? This whole game plan is banking on the fact that he knows he can take more, he can deal more, and he can capitalize on it later in the fight. Okay, because and to be fair, he's got legs to walk with that because he's done it time and time again. And round 3, we saw him be like, okay, I'm gonna take this round off.
I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna stay at mid-range. I'm not gonna walk you down and just let you come back a little bit, try to build some energy. and everyone was worried. Like, honestly, I saw like a glint of disinterest from Gaethje.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was weird. But then round 4 just puts his foot back on the pedal, maybe knowing he's got 2 rounds left. Bar fight Gaethje. It was Gaethje of old.
Easy or obvious. None of them were safe or predictable. Every possible route still involved chaos and risk. But in Welch's opinion, Paddy simply had more possible ways to win overall. His biggest takeaway was about endurance. Over 5 tough rounds, fatigue is unavoidable. The fighter who can mentally and physically push through extreme exhaustion, while still being smart enough to choose the perfect moment to strike, is usually the one who gets their hand raised when it matters most.